Ciao my lovelies, it's me the D, and today we're going to be going through all the things that I read from my fall TBR. I'm not even going to hold you, I am over everything. I'm supposed to be working on my winter videos and things like that, and I'm just so lazy that I haven't even talked about old shit. So hopefully this will be fast. I think I'm going to structure it worst to best books because I have to talk the longest about the shit I didn't like. The worst thing that I read from my fall TBR, which I don't even think it was on my fall TBR, was Fish Swimming in Dappled Sunlight. That was a 2.5. Oh, I'm sorry, 2.75. It was a 2.75 and nothing better, almost maybe worse. If it wasn't that short, I definitely would have DNF'd it, but I kept into it. So this book is about a couple who is moving out of a housing complex and they both think the other person has murdered someone. Turns out neither of them killed that person, and they're trying to unravel the history with that person that was dead and themselves as a relationship situation. I despised it. It started out in the first 30%. You think it's one kind of relationship, it's another kind of relationship. And then from 50% on, it's breakneck speed of what are we doing? What are we talking about? We have two characters going through the same situation with one person explaining everything while the other person goes, and then what happened? That's not storytelling. That's just you writing it all out in an essay and the other person going, oh my gosh, how did you figure that out? As they continue to explain it. Not a good storytelling. Way too many turns. Like I'm whiplashed. Okay, honestly, I'm whiplashed. I don't think I would ever read something by this author again because what the heck was that? They also referenced the title of the book in the book 3 different times. That's a pet peeve of mine, but like it's the kind where like, okay, I hate it, but like you can only say it once. How do you say fish dabbled in sunlight 3 times in a book? Huh? Yeah, so I'm not into that. That was definitely my worst book for sure. Then we have things that have gotten worse since we last spoke, which I had that on my e-reader for the longest time. I was really enjoying short stories for a while, I think last year. So I read this and it's not at all what I thought. That might have been my own bad. I think I gave this a 2.75. The first 2 stories were odd, I will say. I feel like I'm someone for gore. I'm okay with a little confusion, but it was just odd subjects. So if you're into a little bit of strange concepts, I don't even know how to say it, but it's an online relationship. It's people dealing with grief, and I don't remember the middle story. But yeah, it's definitely like normal people situation with strange people in them. So it may have been my bad picking that because I really thought it was going to be more relationship heavy. When you hear the title, things have gotten worse since we last spoke, you think, oh, it's a breakup situation. That is not the case. Yeah, 2.75, not gonna try and think about that for the rest of the next 2 years. In October, I ended up reading something called Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I am a medium fan of Lila Sage. I bought a copy of one of her older books before. I enjoyed it, but I realized I don't enjoy her writing that enough, so I had it on from my library. From the library, I got it. It's Soul Searching. It is a woman who can see ghosts and a guy who has just moved into the neighborhood, and she's showing him around, and they're just starting a relationship, and it's very cute. It was a 3-star. I'm interested in reading what is next in the saga, but it's definitely not something I would say I am willing to buy personally. So I'll be waiting for that through the library, and it's okay. I read Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood in October as another short story, and I think that book was okay. I gave that one a 3.5. The vampire and vampire slayer are enemies, obviously, and she ends up taking care of her enemy because he lost his memories, and she finds out that she might kind of like him, and he for some reason just knows he likes her, and she's very confused by it. Very short. I did enjoy it well enough. I will say I feel like it got the story done, but I feel like there was some points that were missing to me personally. Background story, not well taken care of to me personally. But I do love Ali Hazelwood, so it's not going to stop me from reading anything else by by her. But yeah, that was a 3.5. Another 3.5 was Scream for Us, which is a smut book. So it's basically this girl, I believe her name is Quinn. She ends up going to a Halloween party and she gets saved from being assaulted by a masked ghost face man, and he ends up taking her away back to his house or whatever, and they get freaky and we get a few masked characters. I think it's 3 of them, and it's a one night only situation. I don't like that stuff, but it was okay. I got through it. I was holding my chest and holding my breath the whole time, but I did do it, and not the worst. I wouldn't say I would read it again, but I could see that it's not as bad as other things I've read. So another thing I read was Halloween Fiend. This is something I've had on my TBR for at least a year, maybe 2. I don't know if it's a short story, if it's just a smaller book. It is about a town where they sacrifice a person every year to this thing called Halloween. And this main character is someone who decides to go against the status quo, and we find out what happens when you don't follow the rules of the town. I liked it. Again, another 3.5. The only thing that really bothered me about the book was the ending. I feel like it was a cop-out. I had a little bit of comprehension problems, and I know how to read, you know? So it's like, I don't even know. It's just one of those things where I had to reread. I had to go back a couple chapters to see if maybe I misunderstood. I read it. I talked to my friend about it, and we both were like, I don't know how to interpret that. And it's not an open ending. Technically it is, but it's like you're supposed to know what's gonna happen. I don't think that was something that I'm so happy I read. I feel like that was almost a waste of my time. But I could see somebody who enjoys just having a little bit of a spooky energy going on, enjoying that book. I also started reading My Love Mix-Up, which the first book I gave a 3.5, and then the next 3 I gave 4 stars. This is about a guy who liked a girl, and the guy ends up getting mistaken for liking another guy, and he is going around trying to figure out how to tell him, and it's a lot of misunderstanding, and then they kind of get together, and then there's the drama of being together and all the people around them having their own individual romances. I think this is an okay series. I put it down. I think I read it in September, and I haven't picked it back up, and it's December. I do have enough intrigue to want to pick it back up, but it's not something that I'm obsessed with, so I don't know. It's cute, it's okay, but again, this is not my favorite thing in the world, but I do enjoy reading it, so I'm gonna pick that back up probably in the winter. We're finally getting into the 4 stars. I read The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 6, and I gave that a 4. I love the series, and I think that it's quite interesting to have a living kind of entity that is honored for being evil, coming down from a mountain and trying to create his own life from someone who also passed away. It's interesting. This book really solidifies the arc in the second half of this. The next book, when it comes out, is going to be following the events, and I think it's going to be more of the finale situation of the book series. I enjoyed a lot. Hikaru is very complex, and I like the background for all the characters and what they're doing. I like it. It's really cute. It reminds me of Countryside Living. I feel like that got real country, but Countryside Living, and I just enjoy it. It's really good. I really like it. So that was that one. So I read The Har. The Har is about an old lady who is trying to stand her ground and not give up her housing for a billionaire trying to rebuild a whole countryside town in Ireland. And she's a tough cookie, won't sell out, people are getting murdered around her, and she will not give it up. And so there is an entity, a monster, a thing that is attracted to her, into her, and is helping her fight the man, basically. It's more of a romance than I initially assumed, but yeah, that was great. I did enjoy that very much. The Har was a 4-star. My 5-star from David Sodergren was Maggie's Grave. Honestly, that was campy, hilarious. It kept me on my toes. I didn't know where we were going. I enjoyed the last real twist. Many people probably could have seen it coming. I did not. So I think it was just, I was so intrigued by it. I didn't put it down maybe more than once or twice, which is pretty good when you have a busy ass life. So yeah, Maggie's Grave. I have it physically because I like it that much. Yeah, so he has a 4 and a 5. So I have another book by him I want to read. It's like Dead Girl Blues, I believe is the name of it. So that'll probably be coming up next year, especially if I get a hankering for some David, because absolutely, that was fantastic. Another book I was obsessed with was Your Favorite Scary Movie, which was a 4.25 star. And this is basically the story, the background, the information on how all the scary movies in Scream were made. It gives little tidbits about the director, the actors, all that good stuff. It took me a month or two to read, but it was great. Now I have a lot of fun facts about one of my favorite series, and I may buy that in the future, but I honestly don't know. We're gonna be moving next year, so I might save all my dollars so I can just make my own little library at our next place. Let's see. I read Sour Candy. It was a 4-star. It was about a man who suddenly finds himself with a demon child, and it was a very short story. I liked it. I can't recall too much about that one, to be honest. But kid's evil, and how do you fight evil? Can you fight evil? That's really the question of that book. I liked it though. I don't know. It sticks in my brain, but not enough for me to really like, oh my god, yeah, it was great. The last book I ended up reading was Beneath the Trees, which I don't actually have a rating for. It was very short. I don't even know how to say it. It's animals that are humanoid. It's their own world, but they're like humans. And it's a bear who kills, you know, to eat, and she does it secretly. It's like Dexter for animals in nature. That's the best I can do for that. I'll probably find a better descriptor of that next time. But yeah, I didn't feel like there was enough in this super short saga, in the short segment I read, to give it an actual rating. I guess I'll have to continue it just to find out. I was really intrigued at first, but not everything I was hoping. So yeah, I think I got through all the things I wanted to talk about. I read a good bit, I won't lie, for the season. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think it was a pretty good 3 months. I will say I definitely didn't hit everything I wanted to read. I don't know how to like get myself to read everything in the world. I do have some tough times. It's my birthday, Thanksgiving, and yeah, I'm busy. Maybe I'll try and prioritize some books in the future. I don't know. I'm a liar sometimes, so who knows how that'll go. Hopefully this is a good catch-up video, because I sure the fuck was about to not even do this and just do my winter TBR. But I felt like it was fair, and I read plenty of things for me to come on here and at least talk about it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully my little tree will be cuter for the Christmas season. And I hope to talk to you guys next time. Bye.